and welcome to another episode of the Vantage Point. I'm your host, Lisa Hamilton. This afternoon we're here with Mr. Vernon Badesi. He's chairman of the Guyana Hemp Industries, and the Guyana Hemp Industries has been pushing for the legalization of hemp in Guyana, indicating that there are many benefits to come from such. So today we will learn a bit about hemp and its benefits to Guyana. Welcome, Mr. Badesi.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Okay, tell us a bit about the Guyana Hemp Industries and why you became a part of it.
Well, the Guyana Hemp Industry was formed to lobby for the government to approve hemp legally to grow hemp in Guyana, and it would be benefit to the farmers who are unemployed or people in general who are low income. And I became part of that because I see an opportunity to help my fellow Guyanese. We have a successful business in the United States. We have the first license in Brooklyn, New York, to process and manufacture hemp. We have several hemp farms in South Carolina, upstate New York, which are producing hemp. And then about a year and a half ago, the United States government, Donald Trump, on December 18th, signed a bill into effect, the Farm Bill, that hemp is legal in the United States. That was since 2018. And practically everyone in the Western Hemisphere, when I say everyone, every country in the Western Hemisphere, is growing hemp except for Guyana. And right now, Guyana needs jobs, and I don't see where the jobs are coming from unless you have farming, because it's a farming community, basically. So hemp is the answer, and I saw the opportunity that if we can get hemp passed from the government, the people will benefit from lower to high to get higher income.
Okay, and the Guyana Hemp Industries has been around for about how many years?
3+ years. I've become only the chairman for about 3 years now for the Guyana Hemp Industries.
Okay, and when we say hemp, persons often think about marijuana and they mistake marijuana and hemp for the same thing. But can you explain to our viewers the difference between the two?
Sure. Both plant comes from the cannabis species. So it's cannabis hemp and it's cannabis marijuana species, for example. The hemp has 0.3 THC, which is the drug that makes you high, basically. 0.3 is harmless to the laws of the world. But marijuana has 2.0, which is about nearly 65 to 70% higher than the hemp, and that's why that drug or marijuana is illegal to grow and use.
Okay, and what are some of the benefits of hemp? People hear hemp, they still might not know what is it.
Hemp is a superfood. It has it has over 50,000 uses. Hemp's been used over 600,000 years. You can have hemp milk, just like I have soy milk from it. You can have from the nut, you can ground up and make flour, which is 7 times more protein than regular flour. So those are all benefits. You can even grow hemp plants and make biofuel from that compared to Exxon oil digging offshore. It will cost 50% less than that oil itself. And then you have hemp paper. Hemp paper such as cups, paper towel, napkins, anything to do with that. But also hemp cotton that makes shirts, fibers. You can get from that. And back in the days, in the 56s, even currently, they're using hemp for the bags, the rice bags, hemp ropes. All these ropes you find out, they're actual rope, not the plastic rope, are made of hemp fiber. Even today, Lamborghini, Maserati, Ferraris, all these high-end cars are using hemp fiber because it's 10 times stronger, 10 times lighter for their cars. And that's been in use for a long time now, over 10, 20 years they're using that.
And in your businesses overseas, how many of these products are being manufactured?
In general, the United States is a bigger market. They have a lot of producers of hemp. They have thousands, maybe 5,000, 10,000 of hemp product, from oils to rubs to creams to paint liniments. So there's many job creation if someone wants to make a product out of, let's say, coconut oil and hemp product for a rub or ointment. They can do that. There's many usage of hemp.
Does it have health benefits as well?
Yes, health benefit. Some people who have certain symptoms of illnesses, you take a drop in your tongue, it helps cure them. Or if you had bad back pain, leg pain, you rub the oil on it, and the pain is eased off immediately. It's science proved this. This is why the pharmaceutical company in the world are looking for the hemp oil and the extract to add to other medication as time goes on.
And you mentioned these many benefits, but Guyanese might be looking on and they might be thinking, why should Guyana invest in hemp? Why would you say?
Well, right now, the Guyana, the closing of sugar estate, or people out of job, and rice is failing, cane is failing. What else is there? This is mostly an agriculture country, so the agriculture crop for hemp can be easily grown. A little bit of training is needed, education is needed, but also if you were to grow rice and cane and get $1, you could probably get 5 times more revenues from the hemp. So a person can become richer and not being bothersome, saying, I can't make a life in Guyana, or other obstacles that they may face.
So you see job creation.
100% job creation. I see some parties claiming 50,000 jobs. I don't know where they're getting these jobs from. If they can get these jobs, get it now. Don't wait to get into power to get these jobs. Don't be fooled. And we have jobs here. If you were to have 20,000 of these sugar estate farmers that out of a job, or other people, not just sugar estate workers, it's general for open to everybody in Guyana. And each one grows an acre of hemp. That's 20,000 acres of hemp, which we can acquire or sold right away. So there's job creation there.
And when you visualize investment in hemp in Guyana, what would it take to kickstart this project?
Well, we have various investors who want to come to Guyana, but before they come to Guyana, they must see that hemp is legally grown by permits or regulation, and they must have thousands of acres growing, because if you were to set up a paper mill here, you wouldn't want to bring $2-3 million, even $5-10 million and invest in the paper mill, and then you don't have hemp to process in the paper mill. That's one. Or even the factories to squeeze the oil. You must have ample production of hemp. But there's also hempcrete that can make houses or industries cheaper, where you need a 3D printer to make a house. One house could be made in a day with hempcrete. It's a 3D printer and you may need multiple 3D printers to make that house. So you can make, hypothetically, 1,000 houses in 6 months if you have multiple 3D printers, or even less. But you need the hempcrete, and that comes from the hemp plant, which is the biomass from the plant.
Okay, and all of these products are plant-based. So do you see this coinciding with Guyana's plan or the vision for the future, especially when it comes to a green economy? Well,
according to Granger Go Green, this should have been planted years ago. This is the greenest ever you can get. You can't get greener than this. And it's green for the people who are planting it, which is the green dollars that the farmers need right now. So you can't get greener than that.
And what is GHI's membership like? Where do you garner most of your support from?
Well, we've been lobbying every part of Guyana. I reached out to people in Essequibo, Linden, Berbice, Georgetown. The co-chairman, Mr. Curtin, has been traveled all the way to many different regions, actually all the regions in Guyana, from Bartica and all the other 10 regions, and giving out flyers and leaflets and education material. Every week or every other week we have news releases. So a lot of people from where I started maybe 3 years ago, maybe 1% of the population of Guyana have heard or know about hemp. At least 50% is well known about hemp, because last year I brought in 4 mega concerts, which I had the first one in Essequibo, then Linden, Georgetown, and eventually one in Berbice. However, some of the shows was great, some of them was not great, but the amount of advertisement we give in newspaper, radio, TV ads, commercials, well aware of people who are well aware of it. We went to the market, we give out flyers, and these flyers are education flyers. This flyer is not about just the concert. The flyer has critical information how you can benefit from this hemp.
So you believe that many Guyanese are now more informed?
They are 100% more informed, yes. Yeah.
But when it comes to the political stage, how have those efforts been going?
A lot of politicians don't even know about hemp. They don't even know what they're not even looking at the country's interests to bring up the country. They're only looking for themselves. That's my personal opinion. I am apolitical, but what I see, if you have a country that's out of a job and nothing else to do, you have to do job creation, either by construction, and this is a farming nation, so you have to do a lot of farming. If you're not farming from pumpkin or watermelon or something, I don't see where these jobs would go. Like someone's telling me about this coconut plantation. In Brazil, you have to take a helicopter, a plane to fly over this plantation. That's a coconut farm. You have a coconut industry here, but it's so tiny that an American investor could not set up a mega plant here to produce coconut. You would have to have, hundreds and thousands of acres of coconut trees. And if you're looking at potatoes or onions or even pumpkin, there are market outside for this, but no one is from the government office is looking to export that. They're expecting the local people to do that The local people can't. They don't have visas to travel abroad. They don't have connections. We do have some connections, but we can only do so much for them.
So your vision for the hemp industry is that it would be very large, similar to what you would have seen overseas, definitely.
For Guyana, it will be the largest crop in time to come. It will overtake sugarcane, it will overtake rice, and everyone will be profitable. As it's, like I said, it could be 3 to 5 times more income. It could even be higher, depends on the type of growing, if it's organic and how much you grow per acre. If you can grow more per acre, that's more money to you.
And being that persons often mistake or mix up the hemp and marijuana, do you think that the fact that marijuana in small quantities has not yet been legalized is holding up the legalization of hemp?
Well, marijuana for decriminalize up to 1 ounce is around the world. They have done that. Guyana is just falling, and they're falling at a snail pace, and that's ridiculous. I believe people in the CARICOM or the State Department is saying you should be growing hemp a long time ago, and they're still not listening. Matter of fact, the late President Burnham in 1971 delisted hemp as a non-narcotic plant. That's in the book records right now. All Guyana has to do is, okay, here's a license to certain people or the organization, go ahead and plant X amount of acre, just like how you have to regulate alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Everything has regulation. So I don't see why they can't do it. Why are you waiting? You don't need the laws like the other countries who have signed on to that United Nations treaty back in 71, like Canada, the United States, signed on that treaty. Well, we can't grow hemp no more. We cannot grow. And here you have a country, and there was many countries who signed hemp was not a narcotic plant, many countries. But whoever signed on, like the United States, and now they're growing it freely. Why is Guyana still not growing it? Even before the laws passed generally into the entire United States was passed on December 18, 2018. They were growing it 10 years prior to that. Canada's been growing close to 20 years. Yeah, I don't understand.
Do you know of any Caribbean country that is growing hemp on the large scale?
Not at a large scale. A lot of these Caribbean countries are actually growing marijuana. So Jamaica is banned hemp from growing, because if you grow hemp next to marijuana, the hemp will take over the marijuana crop, and they don't want to do that. Marijuana from Jamaica is the #1 market for them. It's a good species they're growing. Hemp is a male plant. The pollen would go over and take over the female plant, which is the marijuana plant. But each species have male and female as well.
Have any local investors from the private sector approached you saying, we're also hoping that hemp can be legalized in Guyana, industrial hemp?
Well, there's many residents of Guyana or unemployed people or even other people who have small business. They want that, even large business. We have Mr. Durga, who has some rice mill, who looking to get hemp legally passed. He has his own lobbying for the government to pass hemp, and he's been doing it for a little longer than we have. So there's a lot of opportunities here to pass hemp for the benefit of the farmers or unemployed or the people who need a job. Even the young generation can plant it. Anyone can plant it, basically.
And I know that you said you've been pushing for the legalization of hemp for about 3 years since the GHI would have formed. What's your next plan of action?
We're pleading to the government right now to give an executive order to pass hemp. Hemp is not a narcotic plant. I don't know what it will take for these politicians to wake up. The country are suffering, or not the suffering, the people are suffering in the country, that they have no job, no income. If the government can create a job tomorrow morning, create it now. Don't wait for the election. Create it now. And we can create this tomorrow if it's passed. We can get the land, we can start plowing it, we can start planting it. We don't have to wait another 6 months. We can do it immediately.
And I know that a few small parties have been pushing, not necessarily for hemp, but we hear marijuana, and maybe they can move over too. But even if these small parties support you, they would still have to work along with the larger parties in government. So have you written any letters? Have you held meetings, etc., with members of the government and the opposition?
I met many of the parties over yesterday and the day before. I still have a few more to meet. And a few parties does have hemp on their manifesto, and that's great. I commend them for that. And they see a vision that changes are needed. And I wish them luck to get some seats and start changing the laws of Guyana if the current government or any other future government who's opposing hemp. I don't understand why you're opposing it. If you don't know knowledge about it, why are you opposing it?
And if you were to make a final call for the legalization of hemp, what would you say as we wrap up here today?
I can only say that I came here and I saw the suffering of so many people that out of a job. The sugar estate is closing down. The rice also has its own problems, such as infestation, the seawall breaking, damaging so much salt water in the rice, and many more factors. You know, the foreign market is not there. The GRB, I heard some case, funds are missing to help the farmers. So all these things are adding up, and the farmers or the people who are actually on the ground level supporting and paying taxes to the government are not getting any benefit. Give them the benefit. This is a Go Green plant. Give them the opportunity to grow this plant. The government can tax it, whatever the case might be, a percentage, and everyone will be happy. They have income. This is a job. It's not for free. You're giving them the right to plant it, but they have to spend money behind the plant, labor behind it. All that's job creation. You have tractors, plow guys who's going to be employed, truckers going to move it, gardeners going to have to take care of the weeds, things like that. Fertilizer company may have to have organic fertilizer to sell and buy. There's many factors of different areas that will be increased. The banking is going to be increased. People are going to have to get loans, borrow money on their property to grow bigger crops or whatever the case may be, or deposit the money back in the bank as they get the revenues.
All-round development, you see.
All-round development, yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Badesi, for joining us here today, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Please join us again on Monday for yet another episode of Vantage Point.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
The voting process. Once you have been identified as the elector you claim to be, you would be given a ballot paper that is stamped at the back, top and bottom halves in your presence. On the ballot paper, provision is made for you to vote twice. Once at the top section where you vote for the party of your choice in the general election, and once at the bottom section where you vote for the party of your choice in the regional election. Make your mark in the box provided on the right of your choice. After you have voted, fold the ballot paper as shown by the election official. Dip the first joint of your right index finger in the ink provided and place the ballot paper in the ballot box that is there for this purpose. You would then have to peacefully depart the polling station. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027729, 223-9653, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Are you planning a trip for business or leisure and looking for the most direct and economic offers, but you're confused? And instead of heading to the internet and searching websites for best deals, you simply need to contact the travel professionals at Munishwar Travel Service, 45 Water Street, Georgetown. Their well-trained travel advisors with years of experience will assist you in booking your flights, accessing all airlines, hotels, car rentals at the most competitive prices to match your budget. Their customer service is second to none. Their qualified travel consultants will make your dream of seeing the world and ensuring your trip be the perfect one. A travel experience beyond your expectations. They'll give you the best value to save time and money. Provide 24-hour service to fix problems if things go wrong during your trip. Giving you options you haven't considered if you haven't decided where you want to go. Arrange group travel. Accepting all major credit cards, both local and overseas. Daily deals available, which are also available online. So call, visit, or email them to have the experience of their immaculate service. Munishwar Travel Service, 45 Water Street, Georgetown, 592-227-6992 or 225-2947, or drop us an email, munishwartravel@yahoo.com.